Morning, everybody. Dr. Dan Lyons with Precision Chiropractic. Man, I look like I got really big hands when I do that. Hope you're all having as good a day as you can. And this morning, I just wanted to remind everybody that the most important thing they can do right now, today, is to keep calm. Keep your head about you. Losing your cool is the worst thing you can do in any situation, especially a crisis or potential crisis situation, because you have to be able to look at things rationally and make good decisions. And there's a lot of people making bad decisions right now. You look at the grocery stores and look at the shelves and how empty they are, and the behavior. I have friends messaging me and that their daughter was shoved around in a grocery store while she was just trying to buy regular groceries, not even trying to hoard stuff. It doesn't make any sense. And I have one of my favorite quotes here about statistics, and in the coming months and the coming years, we're going to look back at this, and the numbers will either bear out that it was a horrible crisis, or maybe the media is the boy that cried wolf, which they historically have been. I mean, every year when it comes to the flu, we hear the same four stories. First, we hear that it's going to be a horrible flu season, and then we hear that, hey, we got this great flu shot that's going to take care of everything. And then usually, and we've already heard this year, that the flu shot is not as effective as they thought. And then at the end of the year, in midsummer, well, the flu season wasn't as bad. And not saying that that's necessarily the case with COVID, but it might be, and we don't have those numbers. Regardless of what you do, the best thing you can do is to boost your immune system. Worry about what you can, because the germs out there, you don't know if you've got it or not, because we don't have tests, and no one does. So what can you do for yourself? You can stop your immune suppression, and you can boost your immunity, and kind of think of that as like a little teeter-totter seesaw. So immune suppression is important, because we're great at that here in the United States. I mean, we eat a lot of processed food, we eat a lot of sugar, we overstress, we don't sleep enough, and we take a lot of immune suppressing drugs. So some people have to. If you're on Crohn's, if you have ulcerative colitis, you have rheumatoid arthritis, you've had an organ transplant, you have to take an immune suppressive drug. So you should probably take some extra precautions to insulate yourself from the exposure. But the most common drug that we take are NSAIDs. So if you're taking Tylenol, ibuprofen, that class of drugs, they are immune suppressive. And researchers in France and China have found that this is affecting your susceptibility to the COVID situation. So part of that is because fever is one of the ways your body naturally fights infection. As the fever goes up, you start to slow because heat affects the proteins that are involved in the virus. It slows their ability to replicate, and you produce more white blood cells. You suppress the fever, and then you are making the best breeding ground possible for that. So if you have a fever, don't worry about that. If you start to get lethargic or rigid, that's when you have to worry about it. But having a little fever is not necessarily a bad thing. We want our bodies to have that fever to help fight. So if you're taking Tylenol and things like that, over-the-counter painkillers, which most people come to see chiropractors. Unfortunately, we don't do it because we want our brain and nervous system to function properly. We don't want to adapt properly. People just want to stop hurting, so they come in. That's the proper function is an added benefit from that. But if you're taking those over-the-counter painkillers, maybe it's time to get your spine checked, because you probably have issues there. And boosting your immune system by maybe eating some fresh vegetables. No one's eating the fresh vegetables when they go to the grocery store. Those are still sitting there. Go get those, eat those. Get a little sunshine, get a little exercise, and of course my personal favorite, come on in, get your spine checked. As long as the government doesn't mandate that everybody shut down, we're going to be here and seeing people in the office. We had a busy day yesterday, 3 new patients, so we are here to see you and help you. And if you have any questions, you can always call or email or instant message. Have a great day, and please keep calm.